great to be home, love home. Of course, miss the, Bellaria and Wedgwood pizza. I didn't get that in Raleigh, North Carolina.
BusinessJournalDaily.com. 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
The following is an excerpt from the Brain Gain Youngstown Leadership Series. The new podcast features conversations with local leaders who are focused on building a culture of entrepreneurship and promoting workforce development.
Did you have to adjust or adapt your leadership style to kind of come back to what I would call an established market?
I would say somewhat. Definitely each location has been a little different. Detroit was very much so cutthroat, a little iron-fisted. Again, great. Love my time there. Very great atmosphere. North Carolina, that Raleigh area, very political. Coming back here, that small town feel, everyone sort of knows what's going on, and making those intimate connections. So I'd say that transition was a little different for me. But again, I'm a Youngstown guy through and through, so it didn't take long to get back in the swing of it.
Okay, no, that's good. You're right. You feel like in one respect, it's easier to navigate sometimes because people, the history, the backgrounds, maybe different things about them, or different parts of their personality. But that's also could be harder because it's also people maybe more set in their ways, right? So
this is true. And honestly, I can say, everyone's been very receptive. A mentor once told me you only get to be new once. And I've been gone from the city for so long that, some may not remember me, some may have never met me. But I'd say the city is the folks that I've met with, the businesses, the companies, the leadership team, groups that I've met with have just been awesome, very receptive, great atmosphere for collaboration, a lot of just good opportunity and good people doing good work.
I'm sure along the way or even in the scope of your career in management and leadership, what leadership mistakes have you made and what have you learned from them? Perhaps things you could share with us to help us.
I'd say one of the most notable in my leadership career, and this was earlier in my career, definitely something I learned from promoting other leaders too soon. And so I took this young, ambitious leader, reminded me of myself, and promoted him early and put him out front of this pretty important initiative. And he completely twisted things around, and things didn't go as planned. Definitely had to step in and make some adjustments, but quickly learned, the importance of that of being processed, and obviously the importance of for his career, not putting him in a position to not be successful, but guiding him along the way, probably giving him the support he needed to be successful in that situation. But that's one that comes to mind.
I definitely want to drill into that a little bit because I'm also a big believer in accountability and just kind of throwing people out there and saying, do what you think is best, mm-hmm. and take initiative and go for it.
Right.
And sometimes that's not the best course of action, right? Just
right.
to complete hands off. I trust you, go for it, where there's probably, in hindsight, right? Oh, maybe more of a guided
right.
process, right?
Definitely. I mean, you can ruin someone's career that way, with a horrible start. And so as leaders, it's our job to, I think, like I said, my goal is to remove barriers for my team so that they can be successful. And if we throw someone into the deep end and tell them to swim, chances are they're not going to be very successful. And so I think, like I said, coaching them, guiding them, giving them tasks that they may struggle with, but things that they can own and be successful at is going to be important. And not really, like I said, giving them things that they're more than likely not going to be successful at.
The interview you just watched is an excerpt from the Brain Gain Youngstown Leadership Series. The new podcast features conversations with local leaders who are focused on building a culture of entrepreneurship and promoting workforce development. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. And also make sure to connect with us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. For all of your business news, visit businessjournaldaily.com. For all of your arts and entertainment news, go to afterhoursyoungstown.com.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.